This is the story of Exoracer's official map EZ4 and its unbeatable record. Exoracer is a fast-paced multiplayer platforming game where you compete for the world record. You can also do a bunch of other stuff, like make levels and shit. It's a great game, you should definitely play it. Anyways, in Exoracer, there are 36 official maps that all players grind to achieve the fastest time possible. The maps are separated into 3 categories, characterized by level difficulty: easy, medium, and hard, containing 12 levels each. One of these levels was Easy 4, a short simple level containing jumps, dashes, and gliders. This run was Easy 4's author medal, the best medal you could achieve on this map and a run done by the game creator, Fred. When Exoracer was first released, a few people got a time of 5.827. This was the first notable time, a decent run with a good glider. This time of 5.827 became very easy to tie, and lots of people would get it in online ranked games. Very quickly though, this time was overtaken by ExoKing, with a 5.826 on the second day of Exoracer, as he found that tapping the last dash later resulted in a tiny 0.01 time save. Exactly 21 days later, Gilly Monster beat this time, achieving a 5.813. Gilly Monster not only hit the last dash late, but the last 2 dashes, resulting in a frame time save. This is where Easy 4's world record time stood at the end of Season 1, and this time stood well. It stood so well that people began to call it a perfect time. It was a short level and fairly simple, so there didn't seem to be any room for improvement. Fast forward to Season 4 and the record is still the same. Neither Season 2 or Season 3 saw any improvements on this map. People are beginning to master the 0.813, with, again, people tying in ranked games. I couldn't really find any screenshots though because it was just so easy that nobody really cared to screenshot it. But then, on October 17th, a player named Xerx posted a TikTok. To be honest, there was nothing special about this TikTok. Many people clowned on Xerx, saying this had already been tested, and it was not faster. His run he posted was not good at all, and it seemed irrelevant and useless. It's completely unknown if the run that I'm about to show you was caused by Xerx's TikTok, but it did happen the very next day. On October 18th, the perfect E4 record was broken. Barely. The craziest part about this run is the player who had done it. The player Karllito had never been seen before. He was a random bronze player that had never spoken to anybody in the community. To this day, he has never reached out or said anything to anyone about his run, or anything else. His account is a mystery. This time was the only time he was ever seen, and as quick as he appeared, he disappeared. But wait, why was Karllito's run faster? Tapping a glider over and over again was slower. You lost time the longer you weren't holding, right? Well, yes. The double tap that Karllito had did was not actually faster. It just gave him a better setup to land quicker. Letting go of the glider for the split second that he did repositioned his character on the glider to allow a more clean and quick landing. As soon as this time was seen on the leaderboards, players rushed to try and beat it, as it was clear with this new mechanic that there was lots of time to improve. The first notable improvement came from Blaze, who set a time of 5.779. It was then improved by Earwax Hater, a known alt of the 3on3C, to a 5.745 within a few hours. This time was considered much harder to achieve than the old 5.813, and was only tied by a select few individuals. But again, the progress of the map and the chase for an unbeatable time seemed to come to an end. Let's fast forward 250 days, or around 8 full seasons. It's season 12 of Exoracer, and E4 has long been considered perfect. There is even less doubt of a way to beat it, as the intricacy of the glider seems to be unimprovable. Since Season 4 in this Taiwan record, there had been a method of tasking maps through Level Editor that had been developed. Many people had shown ways to beat maps with these task runs that were followed up by real player runs, but nobody had found anything new in E4. But then, a player known by Cly posted a video to the Exoracer Discord, a task run of E4. The time? 5.729. He had tasked the character to tap the glider an extra time, again, gaining an even better setup. This seems so obvious, but so difficult that nobody even bothered to try it. But it turns out that this run was not legit. Ignoring the obvious that it was done by a series of inputs, not by a human, there was also the fact that the map was slightly altered. The character's starting position had been moved slightly to the left compared to the real start of EZ4. This allowed Clyde to get a better setup for the glider. He insisted that it was possible nonetheless and started grinding EZ4 with his own two hands. And then, he completed a run with a time of 5.730. And soon after that, a 5.729. After 250 days of the old world record by Earwaxator, Cly had broke it. E4 had been broken again. The run seemed unhuman, but even without the altered starting position, Cly had done it humanly. A double Karllito. That is where the record stands now. For the third time, players are convinced that it is perfect. But who knows? Any player could come around and find something groundbreaking. That is the fascination of Exoracer. And that is the story of EZ4.